It's really fun, incredibly fun sometimes to break out something like this and just romp. You know what I'm talking about? This is like a straight up fun romp in a dungeon. You know, I mean, you can agonize over some decision, you know, oh my God, should I do this or not? You know, should I use these better powers or should I wait till the end to use those, you know? I mean, if I don't use them now, will we just be dead and I won't be able to use them in the end, you know? And then there's this fantastic way that they made these scenarios up where so many times in these scenarios it comes down to the very end. I mean, it's brilliant the way that the designers timed these scenarios to make them just perfectly. A lot of times, you know, just go right to the very end. You don't know whether you're going to win or not, and it's that, like, you know, that last push. You have to know going into this game that this is a lucky kind of game, you know. That's just what kind of game it is. But it's a cooperative game. So I always allow more luck in my cooperative games, you know, or I like there to be more luck in my cooperative games than I do in my competitive games because it's really fun. Again, I've talked about this before where you have this like great anticipation before you roll that die. 9 or higher. Come on, let's do this. Oh, and I rolled an 8. Jeez. Or flip a card over, you know, and then there's these fireworks in your brain when it's like a good roll. Mirror or skull. One is enraged. The other one is definitely calm. I'm going to pick the mirror because I'm vain. Should I pick the skull? I don't know. Something's telling me mirror. Oh! So, you know, you don't want it to be just only based on the dice because then, you know, you might as well not be doing anything here, but like Candyland or something like that. But seriously, this is not like that. You know, I think there's a lot of tactical choices to make during the game. You know, not as much as some other, you know, really deep, lengthy dungeon crawls. It is really fun and it flows well. I think it's designed well. There are ambiguities as far as sometimes in the rules it doesn't talk exactly about, you know, how something is supposed to move or adjacency. But it's not the kind of game where you're really going to just like labor over the rules, where you're going to be a real rules lawyer. I just really love these games, the whole Dungeons and Dragons board games. I think that it really puts it in a really comfortable middle where it's not too complicated. It's very, very easy. It's a fun romp, you know, but it's not too simple either. And there's a lot of variety. There's so many, the scenarios are great. There's so many different monsters. There's so many different characters to play with different powers. I'll talk to you real quick about the artwork. Now, something that this game does get a lot of the criticism about is the fact that, you know, the cards, you know, like this. Look at the Spirit of Doom card. I'll try and get it to focus in on that. Just notice there's just no artwork on these cards. You know, it's not like a Magic the Gathering card or like a card in like, you know, some cool board game like Rune Wars or something like that where there's going to be artwork on it. Even the treasures, there's no actual picture of the treasure. Also, the tiles themselves, you saw, they're very bland. I'm kind of, I don't know, I have sort of this little dichotomy in my mind going on about that. Because I come from a world where we did play role-playing games when we were younger, and all of that was in your mind, you know? So something like this, you know, coming from role-playing games is quite detailed. You know, there's quite a lot going on as far as your imagination having to fill in the gaps, and I think that's okay. But also, the part of me that plays board games and loves artwork and illustration, I really do wish there was more illustrations on the actual tiles. You know, like why not? You know, why not have the tiles be filled up with different things? If you ever looked at the game Claustrophobia, I mean, after playing that game, I'm absolutely spoiled with wanting the tiles have to be beautiful. Why shouldn't they be, you know? Maybe it's because we'd have to pay a lot more for it if there was more artwork. I get that, but it is true. I mean, I'll say yes, you know, maybe it would be cool if there's more artwork. The Tomb of Annihilation that's going to be coming out, I think is going to have a lot more artwork on the tiles. I've seen samples of it where the tiles look very beautiful and very cool. So hopefully that'll be the case. But even, you know, don't let that stop you at all from getting this game. Would it be cooler if there was more artwork? Absolutely. But you know what, with the quality and the look and the detail of these figures that you get, and, you know, just that each different box that you get has a different style and they look different, it's absolutely enough. And again, this game is really good for people of all ages. If you've been playing for a long time, you'll love it. You know, kids love this game. If you have kids, if you're a parent, you want a game to play with them, 100%, absolutely, they're going to love it. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next game, yo.